Hey everybody, it's Mark again, and I've been working on this Albert Fleig 1880 cuckoo clock movement. I took a wire brush to all these parts, and I need to put on some gloves. Your oil in your hands will mess up a movement, and I don't really wear gloves that often. Because my hands are big. I wear a size 14.5 wedding ring, if that tells you anything. I got some big German hands. But anyway, I need to, this is the minute arbor I was explaining to you about. They are not typically built this way. I don't know if I have the movement available to show you. This is a modern day movement with a rack and snail. And hopefully you could see inside there. Let me turn it this way. Here's the minute arbor here. There's a gear inside here. Then there's a spring. And then there's a bushing to hold all that together. There's a sleeve here. Then the pinion with the trip levers here. This is the typical setup for a minute wheel. Let me get you the correct name. Stand by. And I can't pause my camera because I have these stupid gloves on. So, excuse me while I find you the correct name. Minute hand arbor with center wheel. And this is the book. And as you could see right here, the minute arbor center wheel. Like I said, there's a wheel on it, and then there's a setup, but these things are not that easy to get off, and I typically don't take them off. But with this antique clock, you have to take it off in order to get the plates apart. And with this clock, if your hands are not going off right at the 12 o'clock, then you have to adjust this lever here, because that lever hits one of those two pins. And so on the back, I have to find the metal pin that goes in there. And I ain't gonna be able to do anything with these gloves on. So I'll keep one glove on. The glove that I'm gonna touch the movement the most. And this metal pin goes in this hole. I just need to figure out which side of the pin goes in the hole. I got it started, taking a pair of pliers to finish it. And there, that wheel is on. Next thing is to put this compression washer, or some people call it something else. I call it a compression washer. And it goes onto the square, and you have to put it on the square. Then the minute wheel with minute pinion. Then the hour pipe. Then this washer. And then a pin to hold it on. Now, if you could see the hole, then you have to make that compression washer stiffer. I can't see the hole until I push down on the wheel. Next thing I need to do, and last time we talked, I was telling you that I had to adjust the birch and crutch assembly, and I think I got it adjusted now, and I had to put the bushing back in. Now you will see on this movement that I had to ping this bushing. I screwed up, I made the hole too big, and so I had to fix it. Now a lot of people disagree with this. They actually make a tool to do that. I use the center punch, but it's my clock. I'm going to do what I want, and it works. When you mess up, the only way to fix it is to get a bigger diameter bushing, but I didn't have any bigger diameter bushing, so I did what I had to do. So, hate me, love me, whatever. And this wheel goes here. This pinion goes here, because that is what activates the count wheel. Before I put that together, let me flip this clock back over. In this case, the minute wheel with whatever I said this wheel was, the only way it turns is with this minute wheel with minute pinion. This wheel is on this gear right here. And that activates the minute wheel with minute pinion. Sorry, the minute arbor with center wheel is what it's called. And if this is too loose, then your minute hand will never operate. If it's too tight and you cannot turn, I need to find the hand. If it's too tight and you cannot easily turn the minute hand, then you have to loosen it. If it's too loose, after your minute hand gets past the 12, it will just drop. So that's where that compression washer comes into play. So I'm going to put this on the 12 o'clock position, or roundabout, and see if the minute hand is turning, which it is. If it's not turning, then there's two things that I can think of that you need to do. Make that compression washer tighter, or if you watch a video where I had a Herbert Hur movement, the pin that this minute wheel with minute pinion sits on was too small, and when you put pressure on it is when the minute hand, when none of the gears would turn. So I had to bugger up the shaft that this minute wheel with minute pinion fits on. It's what I did, which caused this to fit on that pin tighter, which was able to turn the hands when the weight was on. So going back to this is what turns the count wheel. So I need to put the pin, I need to find the pin and put the pin in the hole for this. Let's see if I can find it. Stand by. I've got the pin in, this little pinion here. Now the count wheel goes on. And when I put the count wheel on, I put the lever that goes in the count wheel as far left of the count wheel slot that I can. And you want this lever I need to fix the wire for the bird, but you want this lever that comes on the count wheel. You want it just resting on the count wheel. If it's sticking up too high, then sometimes your bird will come in and out of the door. I gotta adjust these levers because they're not supposed to be touching each other. But let me fix this wire for the bird. Not for sure where they originally had it, but I'm going to try to wrap it around this post here. Or typically they go inside the plates. If you could do it without breaking the wire, that is. Which I just got through breaking it. So I'm going to put the wire around off camera. Stand by. So I got the wire set. And when back this camera up as much as I can so y'all can see. As you can see, it goes back the way it's supposed to. And so if I was to trip the clock, the cuckoo, of course these levers would have the bellows attached to them. As you can see, the cuckoo is out. It's doing its thing. And the cuckoo comes back in. And it stops. It stops because I showed you in this last video, but I want to show you here too. This is the third wheel with warning pin. Sorry, I got wires all over my screwdriver, and I don't want all those wires in my movement. This is the third wheel with warning pin. It's hitting the cam. This lever that's attached to the trip, and the cam, and this lever is inside the cam's mouth. This lever here that I'm moving up and down, point at it, try to. This lever here that I'm moving up and down was in the cam. So you should be able to see the cam rotating. Right here's the cam. Watch it. Sorry, right here's the cam. This flat metal right here. It's on the inside of the rear plate. Watch it as I activate the clock, the cuckoo. It's rotating, and as soon as this lever drops into the slot, this lever here is going to fall into the cam's mouth. And then the third wheel warning pin will hit that lever, which it did. So anyway, it's time to put chains on this movement, weights, and put it on my test stand to make sure it's going to operate properly. And remember, this is the pendulum leader wire for this clock. And it fits up this slot. And then a wire holds it into position so it doesn't come out of that slot. As you can see with me putting pressure on it, it's ticking away. Not bad for something that was made in 1880. I hope y'all are liking this video. Like I said, it's time for me to clean up the chains, put some weights on, and put this on my test stand and let it run so I can see how it's going to do. Pretty good looking movement, if I do say so myself. I hope I taught you something. I hope you enjoyed this video, and may God bless each and every one of you.